Okay, hello everyone. So, like I said in the description, um, I'm just going to be showing how I do my kind of refreshed natural makeup and skincare look. I just spent a day at work and didn't wear makeup, but washed my face this morning and put on moisturizer. So, this is just going to be a toning, not like a full another wash of my face, using some exfoliating wipes and then doing a light makeup look. So I have a Friendsgiving tonight, so ideally this is for, refreshing your look at the end of the long day and doing a bit of a natural look. So to start, I use my favorite Gemini Claw is what this is in Faro. It's so cute. It's checkered on this side and then has a little like dot kind of floral looking pattern on that side, and it's a large clip. I have curly hair. So just to clip everything out of the way, I honestly use this all the time just to put like a cute hairstyle. Not necessarily like this, but like if I pulled pieces down, it would be cute. And it looks really cute and it clips all my hair up, so that's nice. So that's how I start. And then if I wash my face in the morning, which I did, I will use a toner or a cleansing water. I love the Bali Lemongrass Toner by Crabtree and Evelyn. Just refreshing and nice. And then lately I've been trying to be a little bit more waste conscious. So I have these Apto Skincare reusable cotton rounds. They look like this. They're amazing. This is one that I've used the last week and I'm gonna wash. I think I'm just gonna wash it with my laundry. But in between uses, I was just like rinsing it with hot water. So this is a fresh round, but you can see they're in this nice little container. And then inside this for like travel and stuff, they have this nice little baggie. And I believe this is also so you can wash them in here in the laundry. So you put this whole baggie in the laundry. And then it's just a nice little container for all of them. I've loved them so far. So I don't know if it's Apto or APTO, but that skincare brand. So I start with using the toner. So this is a lemongrass toner. It's super refreshing. Honestly, it just feels nice to use at the end of the day. Anyways, it smells really good. It feels very refreshing. You wake your skin up. So it's also like a nice little buffer because I don't always feel like I get from refreshing my look like enough of an exfoliant, which is also why I start with this. I'm going to use a little bit more. And then I also use down on my neck. Super nice. And then I just rinse this out to use for tomorrow before washing. Good as new. And I just let it dry on top. And then the next thing I do is use this Indie Lee exfoliant. It's like an exfoliant face pad. Let's see if I can pull it up for you guys. Here we go. Indie Lee, they have great like gentle skincare. So this is what this looks like. Daily exfoliate and clarify. The container. There's tons in there. I've been using them a ton and great for travel when you're just like out and about. don't have time to like cleanse your face, but you want to get a little bit something out of your pores. So I'm gonna use that, which I'm loving. Like what you don't get from maybe using a toner and refreshing your face, you get exfoliated using these little exfoliant pads. And they're really refreshing also. They're not like rough on your face. So I use that. And then next step is using my gua sha. I found out I had been pronouncing it wrong for a long time. So it's not gua sha, it's gua sha tools. This is the Essentialist little doodad. So I use this long edge for like under my eyes, pull back and up, and around the top of my face. You're supposed to always pull up. I've seen people like hold their skin, so it's like pulling up and forcing it to go up. And then for like around the nose, I'll use this angle. Feels very nice. It's supposed to help sculpt your face. Gonna get my under chin. Sculpt that for me, maybe. So you can see blood starts circulating in my face. Hope it's a little bit colored, a little bit red. And that feels nice just at the end of the day also, but also is nice to refresh. So that's the Essentialist. Love this. It stays so nice and cool. Honestly, sometimes I'm just like, put it on my face. Okay, so that's that. Next, I'll use my moisturizer, which I use the Summer Fridays Jet Lag Mask. But there's tons of great moisturizers out there. This is just one I've used for a long time. It's like a great primer slash everything. And then I use this Radiant Algae Hydrating Serum. I use a lot less of the whatever moisturizer I use when I'm doing like a refresh later in the day like this. And then this is super helpful for a refresh because it just gives you that little bit of hydration that you probably lost throughout the day. And feels really good and blends in really nicely on your skin. There's that. It's by Radiant. But I've loved it so far. I've been using it a lot. You can see already just like the top. Been using it every day, morning and night, with my moisturizer, and really like how it blends with my moisturizer and just kind of makes a smooth like start for your face. So been loving that. Typically $70 and right now $59.50, which is awesome. So there's that. And then my next step is moisturizing my lips. I probably would have done this already, but it was in the drawer, so I didn't see it. One of my favorite new chapsticks ever is when I discovered Vapor Beauty on Verishop. It's insane. This is the Vapor Luxe Organic Lip Conditioner. Super thick. Like you can see, it's like a thick. And I put it on all the time, but not as much as I feel like I put on other moisturizers and chapsticks. So love that. Vapor has been one of my favorite discoveries on Verishop, and this is one of my favorite vapor products. So next, another vapor product is the Gentle Illuminating Primer. This is what it looks like, but I'll present it. Here we go. So usually $50 right now, it's $42.50 for the live stream deal and available for $42.50 for 30 minutes after this. So this was the first thing I tried from Vapor and I'm obsessed with it. You don't need a lot, but it has like a little bit of shimmer. It's like has a little bit of a different texture than like a moisturizer, but it's somewhat like that. And I love it. So I rub it in and just put it like up for my T-zone. So mainly where makeup's gonna be. If I'm doing eye makeup, I've been using it under my eyes, or on my eyelids, under my eyes. But it is so nice. It like hydrates your skin and makes it feel perfectly smooth before you put makeup on. So you can tell I can't stop touching it. But a great basis, and you can see some of my redness going down in my face, but a great base for makeup. Super smooth, fills in your pores really nicely. My lighting's terrible in here, but looks good. So Vapor, and then the next step is using my, of course, where is it? Concealer, which I don't know where it is. Let's see. This might be the opposite. Here we go. So I use a SPF, let's see, a Super Serum Skin Tint. So I always need something with SPF in it. So this is SPF 40 and it has hyaluronic acid in it, which just helps with hydration. So I use a teeny bit and just put it as the base. Helps with redness. And then no matter if you don't know if you're going outside that day, or you're covered. So this one's just Ilia. Super Serum Skin Tint. Love it. Been using it all the time. I just use a teeny drop because a little bit goes a really long way. And then just any generic concealer really for under the eyes. And in those little areas. So I always do under the eyes. And then I tend to also do the top of my nose. And like a few spots under my nose and around my mouth. I just feel like those are the spots on my face that always either like have a blemish or just like wherever these lines are. It's nice to kind of pat those in and around my mouth. And then always up here on my forehead, just for like the little area right up there. So I do that. And then I'm usually just kind of use a translucent powder over them, but I'm out of mine. So I just like to kind of make sure everything's like blended. I do everything very minimal and just in the places you need. So there's that. Then the next discovery from Vapor, which I'm obsessed with, which I will also show you guys, present to you, is the bronzing powder. It's amazing. So what it looks like, this is a bronzing powder in Eclipse. I absolutely am obsessed with it, and I'm super fair skinned but feel like I can blend it wherever I want it. Like I don't have to be overly, it doesn't make me like overly orange, but it's also noticeable. Where some I feel like maybe aren't that noticeable. Like even just using this little brush in the places I want it. So there's that. Typically 38 right now for 32. And then I always do a little bit on my eyelids. It's just a nice natural color and ties it all together. So next is eyebrows. I have no eyebrows, as you can see, but this is the best brow thing I've ever found. Another discovery on Verishop, Wonder Brow. Typically $22. You can get it for $13 when you get it through somebody's live stream or 30 minutes after their live stream. So you basically dab it on the areas that you want it, and then it'll look like obviously a little bit darker right now. Dab in all the areas. And then it comes, by the way, I got it in, let's see, Wonder Brow Gel for blonde hair. Obviously, I have very blonde hair. And then you brush with this little brush, and I brush like both directions to make sure they get filled in. And it'll like kind of go outside the lines, but that's what this little end is for. And then you just wipe it up, which is so nice. And then voila, perfect blonde brow, especially for someone who doesn't have brows like me. And then even my sister, who has darker eyebrows, even though she's blonde, she's like super dirty blonde, she can use this too. And you just use more of it and like don't brush it out as aggressively as I do. But there's that. So nice. And then we will use a lip liner. So the lip liner I have, which it's down to the nub, because I use it all the time, is the Youngbud Mineral lip liner pencil. Typically 16, but right now for $13.60. I just like to use it like around the edges and then kind of blend it. It's a very natural color, and I love that. And then I'll use like a lip gloss over it or just chapstick and like have it all rubbed in. And then, of course, mascara. So I always use an eyelash curler, and then I recently, again, most recent Vapor Discovery is their mascara. Super natural, and I'm obsessed with it. Basically, their beauty products have been my biggest obsession since I started shopping on Verishop. I love Vapor, so it makes it a super natural, like no clumps lash, which I love. And basically, you don't have to use a lot of it. It's perfect for like a super natural lash, and it's typically $28, and right now it's $23, which is awesome. And it honestly, it's one of my favorite mascaras I've ever used, because it's definitely buildable, but I hate like when the first few times you're using a mascara, it already is getting clumpy on your lashes, because I want a really natural look. So this one's amazing, and it definitely helps lengthen my lashes. Like I have translucent nub lashes, and it's just so soft, like so soft. And then I always use a little bit on the bottom, but perfect for a natural makeup look. And then one of my next favorite things that I also discovered on Verishop is this OGEE brand. I'll present it, but it's a luxury organics sculpting face stick, and this one is in carnelian, and it basically is like a little bit shimmery, nice and thick, and I use it for like every makeup look I do now. So I always do a little bit on the cheeks, and it's 100% like a nice little highlighter. And then I always use a little bit extra and do like right on top of my eyelids, because it just gives like a little shimmer, but natural. And it blends everything together to make everything look super natural, which again, my lighting is horrible on here. I don't know where the better lighting is, but you can see how it blends everything together. I feel like this is a better place. So I absolutely love this, and then I always do a little bit on my nose. So it's like dual highlighter, cheeks, and then eyelids. And I got like a natural color, but I know they have darker ones, but I love this because it's definitely like dual blush highlighter, and it's OG. I know they have a ton of great stuff, but this is one of my favorite ones by them. And it's just like thick and magnets, and it's so nice to travel with. Also, I've now traveled like 3 times with it. So the next thing I like to do is, if I want like a little bit of an extra highlight, I'll use a teeny bit of something on like the top of my cheeks. This is another OG, but I didn't link it. So just look up all their highlighting sticks, and they're amazing. And it's like a super natural tone. And I always do like a little bit on top of my lipstick, on the Cupid's bow, I think, and then always a little bit here. So love this for like a little natural. I kind of try and blend everything everywhere because I want it to look super natural, and just be super blended. So like if I'm using bronzer, I always put it on my eyelids. If I'm using any type of blush or highlighter, I always put it on my eyelids right up here under the brow arch. And then, like I said, on Cupid's bow, top of the nose, and then like up in the corners here, because these are supposed to be the natural spots. You kind of get like a little bit of a highlight glow. So love that. And then, let's see, I feel like I need a little bit more lip liner. I always use a natural lip liner. This one I've especially loved. Let's see if I can pull it back up for you guys. Youngblood Mineral Lip Liner pencil. It's a super natural color. It's honestly a nub. I use it all the time. But I like to use my lip liner not like really a lip liner, but more like lipstick, and like fill my lips in with it, because I don't like having a harsh line, but I want it to look natural. I typically don't overline, but my sister uses this one and overlines a little bit with them. I just like make sure where my lips start to get lighter, it's fully filled in on all the edges. And then I like always fill in on the inside. So love that. It's like a nice natural color. And then typically, where is it? I'll use like a chapstick, like the Vapor one, over the top of it all, even before I put a lipstick on, because then I feel like once your lipstick is on, you can't go back and put chapstick on. So chapstick first, and then it also just kind of like blends all the lip liner together. I don't think that's the way to do it if you want like a harsh line, but just for like a natural everyday, I think that's the way to go. And then I'm going to kind of touch up some areas that I was bronzing with the Vapor. Again, another Vapor thing. I'm like a cult fan now. Their bronzing powder. which I'll present again. Typically $38, which I feel like is actually a pretty good price when you compare to like the bronzer I used before this is the Hulu, which I feel like is like one of the popular, just like classic kind of drugstore bronzers. But because I'm so fair skinned, I never could use the Hula. It's not Hula. Hula like original because it's too dark for my skin. But this is like actually super buildable and I'm very, very fair skinned. But then my sister, who's extremely tan, used it and it was like made just as much of a difference on her face. And it also has like a little bit of glimmer to it. Don't know if you can tell, but has like a little bit of glimmer to it. So when it's on your face too, it's just very nice. So love that. I believe they have different shades. This one's Eclipse, which I think is perfect if you're looking for like definitely noticeable because it is noticeable. And a lot of times I'll have to get a brush and like buff out some of the corners. But I'd so much rather have that than like it not be noticeable and have to keep building. Like I don't want to continue to have to build a powder on my face. So you kind of, I think, want it to be like pretty noticeable right when you put it on, and then you can blend it out like however you like. I also recently learned that you're not supposed to put bronzer like up here on your nose. I always did that in college, and my friends who were kind of like whatever did all the contouring, which I could never really do. And I just always love like a natural look, so I never really end up doing that. But they're like, Marie, you cannot be putting bronzer up on the top right here, or it just is making your nose look wider. So apparently you're supposed to like be dabbing it on the sides like this. And then always put it here too, because you don't want it to be like white down the center. And this gives like a natural little boop, kiss on the top of the nose, which is nice. So do that. And then I always feel like you see people do this at the end of like putting bronzer on, like you want to hit all the natural like shadows. So at the end, I feel like I go over it like this, like, okay, if the sun's hitting my face, what is it going to look like? And then you hit those spots. So there's that. And I use this on my collarbones all the time, which obviously right now I'm not trying to like get makeup on them, but I always use these on my collarbones. And then after doing that, I always feel like I need to go back in with highlighter on the inner corners of the eye, because you don't want the inner corners to be dark if you're like putting bronzer in there. You just want where the nose starts. So I'll go back in and put a little highlighter in there. Nice. And then again, like a teeny bit here. I end up doing a lot of steps, like a few times, especially if I'm like wanting a natural makeup look, but that continues to stay throughout the day. And then last but not least, I will use a misting spray. This is the Lila B A Glow face mist. Smells like lavender. It's heavenly. Typically, I would spray this on my face before I put mascara on, but it hasn't really been a problem using this mascara. It's just not as runny as some of my other ones. So heavenly, so nice. Also, I think when you're doing like a full makeup refresh before you go out, it's just like wakes your face up. And I kind of let it sit there because it is a lot and I tend to spray a lot on my face just because it's so nice. It's a hydrating face mist, but it's also like a finishing spray. So I use that. My hair is going to be so crazy right now. But refresh the curls before going out again. And that's kind of like the whole natural look. If you want, I'd add like a lip gloss or something before going out, or like lipstick. But another last little trick that I feel like maybe people do, maybe they don't. Sometimes I'll use like a little bit of like a butter highlighter on my lips at the end and just blend it in. Because I feel like everything looks better when there's the same colors on your face, like throughout your look. So I blend a little bit of that in there, put it on the spots that's supposed to make your lips look bigger. Like a highlighter for your lips. So I do that, get all the makeup off my palms, and basically that's it. I'll keep doing little makeup looks. I think the next thing I'm going to do on Verishop is do either a night out look or styling my coffee table, which I just got a beautiful like white granite coffee table. So TBD. And then lastly, I would typically freshen up, and I'll pull it up for you guys, the T3 curling wand, which I have right here, so I might as well pull it out. I pulled out my smaller one, which I linked, the one that's a little bit bigger, which I think is better for everyone that doesn't have curly hair, which is typically everyone. But since I have curly hair, if I want to like refresh my natural curls, I am obsessed with the T3, all their brands. I have that one as well that I'm presenting, but this one's just like a wand version of that. I heard about it first, I think, on YouTube, and then found out Verishop had them and bought one through a live stream so I could get it discounted because they do tend to be a little bit pricier. But they aren't supposed to damage your hair as much, and I have definitely found that they haven't damaged my hair as much since I started using them, which now has been like a couple years. And I don't use other type of curling irons on my hair. You can set, it's like heating up right now, but you can set it to whatever level on these dots you want. So obviously the higher up you go, the hotter it'll be and probably more damaging to your hair. So if you just want like a looser curl, you can put a lighter heat setting on, which is awesome. And they're typically, so this is typically 150, but amazing that on Verishop you can get it for 95. Way cheaper. Honestly, great discount. I feel like that's better than like Black Friday discounts. And it does heat up really fast. Like it already just sizzled when I touched it. When I get it in the mail, it comes with like one of those little gloves, but pretty sure I lost it. Also, I just don't really feel like every time I curl my hair, I'm going to use like a little miniature wand glove. I don't know if people that use wands a lot like actually do that. So since I have natural curls, I go back and forth with the direction that I'm curling them and kind of try and find like if the curl has a certain direction it goes already. So like, because I slept on my hair also, some pieces will just be basically straight with like a little bit of a crimp to them. So I'd have to hold this one probably a little bit longer, but I usually just kind of comb through like places that look like they need a little something. So like brush through these. And then these front ones I feel like are always the tricky ones because especially after I sleep on them, like what is going on right now? They look a little bit weird and I have to pull smaller pieces to make the curls look more natural. So since I am blending them in with my natural curl, it's like I want some of the ones that are not perfect curls to stay in there, and just touch up some of the ones that like are clearly straight or slept on or like going the wrong direction or something. So I kind of pull these out and then I tend to like once I get towards the back start curling towards the back of my head. So like curling away from my face. So that way you don't end up with like a weird part in the middle of the back of your head or something. And I kind of just like brush them out. I want them to look like super loose and natural. So this is, I have naturally curly hair. I've been taking care of it better like over the last couple years. So typically after I sleep on my curls, like I can fix up some of them for this, like a Friendsgiving, after sleeping on them. But I'll also do this like if I kind of blow dry my hair naturally and just like need to fix up some of the curls. This wand is really the best way to do it. Wands, I feel like, end up looking a lot more natural. Like if I try and use a larger barrel, it kind of looks like I'm trying to get a curl that's just not what my hair makes. And the curls on my natural hair tend to be like a little bit smaller. So even though I prefer a larger curl, if I'm gonna fix up my natural pieces, the smaller wand is better. So I think depending, like whatever, if you have curly hair and you have smaller natural curls, the wand is the best way to fix them up. And you can see like some of these are jank. I don't know what is going on. And I kind of just find the direction it goes, but it is like a very sloppy job. Because I just want it to be super natural and blended, and like not every piece is meant to look perfect, which is much easier to accomplish with a wand than it is like a large barrel curl. So you can see like with that one, I was kind of going that way. So I just went with it, even though it's maybe weird to be framing your face like by pulling your curls forward. But if it's the natural way they go, then I feel like it's the way to just keep going with it. And then I also love to like use a little bit of a texture spray after this. I ran out of the one I had. But I know Verishop has a few brands that have good texture sprays, so I would definitely look on here. I was looking at one the other day that looked good. I like the like sea salt ones, but I would definitely say caution with some of the sea salt ones. They tend to be like a little bit more, I don't know what the word is, like aggressive when you use them in curly hair. They're like, they hold it a lot more. So I guess if your curls don't hold very well, I would go for more of like a sea salt texture spray. But if your curls hold well, I would go for like a very light texture spray where you still need texture and you want to like get something in there, but you don't need something that's so aggressive. So some of these pieces I feel like I'm going to keep. This is heinous, so I'm not going to keep it. But you can see like just blend it out. So honestly, like your hair never feels hot using this. It never sizzles. I literally freak out when I use a regular curling iron now. Like I forgot to bring this when I went home and used my sister's, and my hair sizzled when I used it. And it's never done that using this. It's supposed to like protect your hair a ton, and just be so much healthier for it. And for me, it was just never realistic to be like, I'm going to stop curling my hair to make it healthier, because you can see like the curls are wild and I need to be able to fix them up without like sizzling and burning the end of my hair off. So honestly, like a little pricier, I would get it through a live stream on Verishop, because I've honestly never seen a better deal for one of the wands. Like before Verishop was a thing, when I bought my first one, I bought it. It was so expensive and I could never find a deal. So 100% I would buy it through a live stream. This again, I think is the 3/4 inch wand, but I also have the larger 1 1/4 inch one linked, which is nice just for like if you blow dry your hair and fully do a blowout for bigger curls, and this little one is better for the smaller curls. So you can see there's a little natural curl going on, just blend it out. I had this on the second setting the entire time, which is insane to me that that's how little like it needs to get heated up. I don't think I've ever gone past the third little light up section to go to like a higher setting. I've never needed it. So pretty freaking impressive. But I know the technology, okay, clearly I missed some spots, but I know the technology is like not damaging your hair nearly as much as a typical, whatever the whatever like Conair and all those brands are using. So worth it, because most hair dryers and hair curlers nowadays are so expensive anyways. So I feel like you might as well get one that's not going to damage your hair. So I'll go under here and curl some of these. But thank you guys all for watching, and I'm going to be posting some night out. I think like I'll do a Thanksgiving beauty look, because I'll go a little bit more than the natural and use tons of the products I used today, and like vapor and all that stuff, and do a little Thanksgiving makeup look and get ready. I have a really cute dress picked out, so I'll show you guys that. And then I'm also doing a coffee table styling. So that will be here soon. So last thing, finish with a little texture spray. But thank you guys so much. And for sure, find me on Instagram, and I will always post about my live streams. It's just Marie Gilchrist, same as my Verishop. And I'll always post. Also, fun thought before I finish. This is why like I just trail off forever. This hair clip, which I was using to hold my hair up earlier, that I literally have next to my bed because I use it all day, and then at the end of the day, like take it off and set it next to my bed, and then in the morning wake up and immediately use it again. And it's the MLE Gemini Claw. So tons of times if I'm like not liking how some of these curls are going, and I'm like, maybe I'll just pull a few out. I love doing like a messy clip situation, or like a full clip up and just have kind of like the curl craziness, but it's like the cute different sides, and just clip up in the back. Honestly, love that, because sometimes I just don't want to have my hair fully down. It's like too much of a mess. And it's so cute. I don't know if you guys can see the design, but it's like a big clip. So love that. And you can get it for $28.90, which I feel like is awesome, especially when you compare it to like MEJ and like all those hair clips right now that are a little pricier. But I'll also do just like a little half up clip. So yes, my little natural makeup hair tutorial. Thank you guys. And follow me, and I'll be doing my Thanksgiving look here soon. Now I just have to figure out how to get out of here. Thank you. Bye, guys.